guys, it's Noman from Absolute Geeks, and today we're going to be checking out the Oppo Reno. Now, the Oppo Reno is the latest flagship lineup from Oppo, and it comes in two colors, ocean green and jet black. Over here we have the jet black version, as you can see here. It's one of the few phones out there that comes with a rear curved screen. And one thing we really like about this phone is that it actually has no notch. So it actually uses the shark fin layout to avoid using the notch design, which allows the phone to have a near 90% screen to body ratio. And it has a very small chin here. Apart from that, it has some really cool security features as well, such as an in-display fingerprint scanner. And for those of you who like the face unlock, it also has the face unlock. And both of these features are really fast comparative to the other devices on the market. Now, the Oppo Reno is the little brother to the Oppo Reno 10X, which is the 6.6-inch variant, which Oppo has released, which they're going to release in about a month's time. We speculate the reason it's not been announced is because it's coming with 5G and it's going to have a 5G modem and all that, and that technology is quite new, so we won't be seeing that for at least a month. But in the Oppo Reno, it comes with a 6.4-inch display, and it's a Super AMOLED display, so the blacks over here are really deep and the colors are generally vivid. It has a full HD plus display, and although it's not as high as some of the phones, it is definitely a very competitive display in terms of the amount of resolution it offers, because it's 400 ppi, which is above Apple's Retina displays, and that really gives them a run for their money in comparison. Now, in terms of the camera, it's got a 48 megapixel main camera over here with up to 10x zoom. Half of it is digital, the other half of it is physical. And apart from that, it has a 5 megapixel depth sensing camera, and the selfie camera, or the shark fin camera as it's called over here, is a 16 megapixel beauty camera. Now, the beauty camera actually has a lot of AI features. So if you feel that your face is too rounded or your nose is too big, you can use these AI features to reduce these features. And it's a really cool addition that you see in modern smartphones. And the best part is that you can switch between having these filters on or off, which wasn't the case in previous devices we have seen. Now, the Reno uses a Snapdragon 710 processor, which is based on the 10nm node, so it's really power efficient. And in our tests, we used the Reno for about 2 days, about 48 hours, and it's down to about 25% charge, which is pretty good considering most smartphones barely last a day. Now, in terms of memory, the Oppo Reno has, or at least our version has, 256 gigabytes of storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM. However, this also comes in a version that has 8 gigabytes of RAM, but we didn't notice any lag or any performance loss while playing games. The games we tried out were Clash of Clans, and in Clash of Clans we played it at a very high and consistent frame rate. Now, I can understand it's not a very demanding game, but if you were playing a demanding game, be assured that it's not going to heat up, because this actually has a heat pipe inside it, which helps in cooling. And apart from that, in terms of the software, there's also a game boost mode, so the performance you get out of the game is more. When we messed around with the Reno, we noticed that there were many different modes. So if you want to save power, there's a power saving mode. And if you want to play games, there is a game space, which allows you to add games to it. And it tells you how much battery life you can get out of it. Do you want to use it in balance mode? Do you want to block banners coming into the game and all that? And it also has a brightness lock. So if you notice, sometimes when you're playing games, when you're in public transport or in a car, that you're in a shadowy area and the display becomes dim. The brightness lock actually stops that from happening, which is a welcome feature considering that many phones actually don't allow this. Apart from that, it also has other software features for gaming, such as smoothness optimization to give you more performance when you need it, network protection, so you won't get any background apps taking bandwidth, network latency which uses deep optimization to make sure that your game gives you the best frame rate in terms of the network. And in terms of, next we're going to move on to the sound. Now, for a flagship level phone, the sound is pretty adequate. Although these use a pair of stereo speakers, they also have active noise cancellation. So when I was taking calls in the mall, I could hear the person on the phone very clearly. And this is a feature that we still don't see on many phones, although a good deal of phones are now having them in 2019. Now, the Oppo Reno has a real long battery life. We were able to get about 2 days of use out of a single charge. Apart from that, if you're a power user and you play a lot of games on the go, you should be happy to know that VOOC 3.0 is on the phone, which allows you to charge the phone up to 80% in under an hour. In our tests, we were able to charge the phone to 100% in under 75 minutes, which is about an hour 15 minutes, which is really good considering that my iPhone takes about 2 hours to charge to 100%. Now, one cool thing that we noticed while playing around with the software was that it has a near stock experience. And when we say near stock, we're talking about no skins. The skin, well, there is a skin, but the skin doesn't actually change a lot about the stock Android experience. So it's really fast and really efficient. And for me personally, moving from an iPhone to the Reno was a very smooth experience. Now, apart from all the nice software and hardware features, we must take a minute to appreciate the design, but everything has its flaws. And the Oppo Reno seems to be a fingerprint magnet. That is, if you use it without the given case, which is another great part about the Reno is that it comes with a free case, which I've been using for the last couple of days. And I must say, it's a really good quality case considering it came free with the phone. And it doesn't add a lot of bulk. A lot of the people that I've talked to about the Reno have complained that the Reno, compared to other flagship smartphones, is a bit thick. Now, I didn't feel that coming from an iPhone. However, if someone's using a slimmer phone, they might feel that way, but you get used to it over time. It's definitely not as heavy as the iPhone or any other phone. It's actually very light. It's only 190 grams, which is very light compared to other flagships that have come out this year. The selfie camera is actually pretty nice. So generally, both the cameras shoot pretty well pictures, and generally speaking, I can't complain about the camera, apart from the night mode, which you need a little bit of stabilization for. Now, we are going to talk more in depth about the photos and the cameras in our full review, which is going to come out very soon. Apart from that, we also feel that for about 1,800 dirhams, this is a really, really good phone. Between the Snapdragon 710 based devices and the Snapdragon 855, which is more well known for being in flagship phones, we haven't noticed that much of a performance difference. It's very smooth since it's a new phone, and with some of the optimization features it has, you'll be guaranteed to have some of the best performance for years to come. And that, coupled with the top Android experience, you really can't go wrong with the phone. And apart from that, the phone also supports HDR. So when you're taking videos and photos, you see high dynamic range. And that just means that there are more color variations in the photo you take, which is better if you're a photographer or a semi-professional, as this allows you to explore the wide colors available in each picture. And me personally, I sometimes like to edit photos. I am an amateur Lightroom enthusiast, and in my experience, the pictures are really good. And if you want to touch them up a bit more in Lightroom, it's going to be great because you also have the Pro mode. Now the Pro mode allows you to mess with the aperture, and if you want to do some more advanced features, you can do that. But that's not the only thing. We also have Google Lens, slow-mo, time-lapse, pano, night mode, portrait, all the photo and the video modes that you would want. Now when you jump into the camera over here, you have a couple of options. And so over here, when we go into the photo ratio, you can actually take a picture in 48 megapixels. Or if you want in full screen, so it will capture everything within the screen's view. There are also other photo ratios such as 1:1 and 4:3. Now I personally preferred all the 48 megapixel images because they were really precise and crisp, but what I didn't like about this mode was that I couldn't zoom into any of the pictures. But that's not too much of an issue because when you export this to a laptop or maybe post it to Facebook, you can actually zoom in and get all the details that you want. And that's about it for the Oppo Reno. We look forward to seeing the 10X very soon. It'll be its big brother, and we would really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and check us out on other social media channels, just Instagram and Facebook, and check out our website, AbsoluteGeeks.com.